Hey guys, I'm Ben from Streetlight and welcome to the Street Eats Kitchen. We're here with our latest Street Eats dietitian.
Hey guys, I'm Naomi and yep, I'm a dietitian, but really I'm a food enthusiast and not a chef. So everything we do together, I'm learning just as much as you are.
So we're keen to encourage you guys to pick up some ingredients, to get cooking with us and have some fun along the way.
Yeah, and because we're going to be cooking from home, we're going to have a pause function so that you can press pause at your own time, do your cooking and come back to the video when you're ready.
Awesome, so we have some little Street Eats recipe cards and you can find them in the link below and you can download them, print them out and have them ready with you whilst we're going. So let's get started.
Let's get started. Hey guys, I'm Naomi and today we're going to be cooking a stir-fry chicken with a sweet chili and cashew twist. We've got everything laid out here, all of our ingredients, and I have my equipment like a wok all behind me ready to get cooking. I have used frozen vegetables which are pre-cut for me, but if you're using fresh veggies, you'd have to cut them before we get started. You can also use things like broccoli or carrots or capsicum in a stir fry, but today we're keeping it simple and easy. All right, so our first step will be to cut our chicken. I'm using a different chopping board because you don't want to use the same chopping board for vegetables and chicken to stop the bacteria from swapping and playing together. All right, so I've washed my hands and I'm just gonna move it along a little bit. And I'm just gonna cut them into kind of like long diagonal strips a little bit to make sure that when they stir fry, they're kind of a nice eating shape. So sticky. Again, there's no perfect way to cut your chicken. Just wanna keep it to the size that you wanna eat it in, or your family. Of course, if you don't eat meat or you want to try something different, you can use tofu or beans or Google another kind of meat alternative for your protein source in a stir fry. On this meat, you can see that we have a bit of ligament based from the animal. So we just want to chop that off because it's not so easy to eat in a stir fry. Take that off your bits of meat. Okay, so that is all our chicken cut up for step one. You can pause the video now and come back when you're ready. Just make sure that you wash your hands between the chicken step and step number 2. All right, so welcome back. We're on to our second step, which is cooking the rice. Now this takes a little bit longer and the stir fry goes real quick. So we're gonna get this started now. I have to admit, I find rice a little bit tricky to cook, which is embarrassing, but today we're gonna try learning to use the absorption method. You can also always check the back of your rice packet for instructions on how much rice you'll need and how much water you'll need. Today, we're gonna be using 1 cup of rice, which is good for about 4 people, and we need 1.5 cups of water. I'm gonna put the water on to boil, and then once it's ready and hot, I'll pop the rice in and put the lid on, which helps with the absorption method. Okay. So once the rice is in the water and we've got the lid on, we want to turn the heat down to low to avoid any kind of burning. So now the rice is cooking for about 15 minutes or until all the water has been absorbed. I'm just pouring out my sauces that we're going to be using soon. So sweet chili and oyster sauce, and they're going to be about 1/3 cup each. Again, it doesn't matter really how much, but it looks about this. And I'll finish off the oyster sauce now. Sticky sauce. Awesome. All right. Okay, so now we're up to step 3. We are ready to stir fry, and we're gonna start with the chicken because that is going to take longer than the vegetables. I'm gonna put some oil into the pan to get the chicken cooking, but it's worth mentioning that there's a heap of different oils that you can use. Today, I'm gonna use canola oil, But you can use things like peanut oil or sunflower oil because they have a higher smoking point, which means they can get much hotter before they start burning. All right, here we go. Got my canola oil, and I'm gonna pour in, not too much, but just enough to kind of cover the base. I'm gonna turn the heat onto a nice high heat, and here. All right, so we wanna make sure the pan is hot enough. Maybe wait a minute, or make sure you can sense the heat from quite far away. Don't wanna burn yourself though, so that when you put the chicken in, it starts sizzling straight away. Like so. It should take about 3 minutes for it to get to the right color we want before we add everything else. Make sure you stir the chicken so it cooks evenly. We want to make sure every side gets cooked and have no pink bits left. Okay. While our chicken's cooking, it looks like the rice is done because all the water has disappeared, which is the key part of the absorption method. I am going to fluff it to separate the grains and then take it off the heat and let it set for about 5 minutes with the lid on. Cool. All right, our chicken is looking well cooked, so it's time for step 4 where we add our vegetables and our sauces. Okay, and these guys. This is a big meal. Oh my God. This is definitely not the traditional way. It is important to keep stirring the stir fry. That's why it's called a stir fry. And if you think it needs it, you can add a few more bits of sauce and maybe even things like ginger and garlic back ahead. Ooh wee, saucy. We're cooking these veggies and chicken for about 3 minutes together, but really until you can tell that they're nicely mixed together and everything's looking a good color. You want the chicken to be coated in the sauce as well. The professionals do cool tossing like, but I'm not a professional. Okay, if you can try to do the tossing, go for it, but it's not my strong point. It's too heavy. Okay, we'll just keep stirring. That's all we need. So this is looking like it's done. I'm gonna add the cashews in. You can also roast these or add a few more if you'd like. And of course, I think it's more of a saute that I've made, but it's all the same delicious food and you can do whatever you'd like. We're gonna take it over to the other side and serve it up. Okay. Heavy, hot, hot, heavy. So we have our stir fry, we have our rice, it's time to plate up. Here we go. Rice first, for a bed of rice. It has been well cooked, so the absorption method does work. Plating up is nice for friends and family, but again, don't worry, it's not my specialty. And there we go. I'm hungry. And I think it's important to get lots of the sauce with this stir fry because it can otherwise be missing some of that yummy, saucy flavor. So as you can see, we've got heaps of veggies, which is what is making this meal a really nutritious one to share with your friends and family. All right. La la la. All right. I think there's some sauce. And here we have our meal. I hope you have a really good time eating this and sharing it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
I hope you've enjoyed cooking with us today. I know that we certainly have. We hope you enjoy your meal. We would love to see a photo of what you've prepared. So take a photo before you dig in and send it to us at Streetlight Community on either Facebook or Instagram, and tag us at #StreetEats. Please keep an eye out for other videos that we're going to be uploading with some other tasty meals that you can prepare for yourself and your family.
See you next time.
See you next time.